My husband, 44, comes from a long line of alcoholics. Drank every day, but was a high-functioning drunk. He was financially responsible, never abusive, but very annoying. It was like living with two different people. Morning husband was the exact opposite of evening husband. One night I went to bed and he was in the living room. Our daughter was asleep in her bed. I woke up at 2 a.m. to the fire alarm blaring. When I got to the bedroom door, I seen the house was full of smoke. He had passed out in the chair and left the door to our wood stove open. There were flames coming out the door and wrapping around the top on the stove. I yelled at him to get up. I slammed the door, shut it down and killed the fire. The house was so full of smoke, I rushed to our daughter's room, wrapped her in a blanket and took her outside. After I put her in my car, and got her warm, it was middle of winter, I went back in and opened all the doors and windows. He was still sitting in the chair drunk. No expression, not a work. In that moment I was beyond pissed. I don't think I even realized how bad that could have been. 3 weeks later, I woke again to the fire alarm blaring. Almost the same situation, but this time it was a chimney fire. I extinguished the fire and stood there staring at him. I had no emotions at all. I slept in my daughter's room the rest of the night. The next morning, I told him I was done. I could not allow him to put our lives in danger anymore. I packed my stuff, took our daughter and left. That was the turning point. After being gone less than 24 hours, he reached out and said he wanted to change. He finally agreed there was a drinking problem. After talking further, I said I would only come back if he decided to stop drinking, and we did couples counseling. It was not easy, but it was worth it. I had to draw very clear lines, such as, I will not be your mother. I will not police your drinking. I can only hold my boundaries and I will leave if you drink. It was hard watching the person you love go through withdrawal. It's hard to hold boundaries that make your own heart hurt. It's hard to know that you might put in all the work and it might not work out. But in our case, it did. We are now 10 years since then. Our communication is much better. The drinking has stopped.